Allie.
And Jesse. And this is Design for Adventure.
We're a married couple figuring out family travel, Disney trips, running races, parenting,
and how to make adventures actually work in real life.
Yes, we travel with our kids.
And still manage to have a good time.
And if you love making memories and want an adventure that fits real life, you're in the right place. Welcome back, everyone. So today we're going to do something kind of fun. We're going to compare trips. So kind of like trip wars. We each took a trip, me and Jesse, and we planned it out. Flights, hotels, tickets, food, all the other things we might need, and we're going to compare the two trips. Let's see who wins.
Okay.
Good competition.
And I can start this off. The parameters are any 5 nights between the dates of August 1st and August 15th. A distance of, a 12-hour drive or 2 or 3 hour flight?
Yeah, something like that.
And the price has to include hotels, flights, and driving, food estimates, grocery estimates, and ticket prices for fun things to do.
I may have only done 4 nights.
You cheater.
I had put a question mark after the 5 nights, so therefore that gives me a little bit of extra wiggle room.
Okay, so let it be known then that you are doing 1 fewer night, and I am taking the 2 or 3 hour flight times like 2.5. I'm doing an 8-hour flight.
So you went longer on the flight?
I did.
Okay.
So let it be known there's a difference there.
Okay, and did you plan this for all 4 of us? Entire family?
The only thing that would change would be the flights, which the kids could be lap babies. The oldest can sit on my lap and the youngest can sit on your lap, or vice versa. I don't care. We can switch.
People don't realize how we have giant children. Would never pass for little kids.
But on a serious note, though, I mean, if they just sit on our lap, we really don't need to buy him a ticket, right? He weighs 50 pounds. He can sit on my lap. I don't care.
Is he under 2?
Is there an age parameter on that?
Yes.
Well, that's lame. I have a problem with that because, I mean, I don't care how old he is. If he wants to sit on my lap, he's not going to take up another seat.
You wouldn't last 10 minutes on a flight with him on your lap.
We'd be just fine because he'll just stand between my legs and watch the screen in front of him anyway. He'll be fine.
No, he barely lasted on flights when he was 18 months old. And he had his own seat.
It would work out. All right, regardless. We could do a different podcast about that. All right.
Why don't you do it? You tell us, where are we going?
All right.
Let's start there.
I don't know if you remember our honeymoon or not, but do you?
Well, yeah, of course I remember honeymoon.
Oh, good.
Banff National Park, Canada.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. And I think we both walked away from there thinking, man, this is like the most beautiful place on earth.
Still think that?
I agree. All right, so I didn't book flights, but I looked at flights from Richmond to Calgary. And for the 2 of us, it would be from August 5th to August 10th, $1,152. Now, from there, to get to Banff, you're going to have to rent a car. So, since I thought it was just going to be the 2 of us, we wouldn't need car seats or anything, I booked the smallest car we could. It was a Nissan Sentra. And for the 5 days, that would be $373. Now, as far as accommodations, first night, we're going to be tired from traveling to Calgary. And I booked a hotel near the Calgary airport for $124 that night. Hampton Inn, 3-star hotel. Should meet your accommodations.
Free breakfast?
I did not look at that. Failure on my part. Now, for nights 2 through 4, and I did this a little differently because when we went on our honeymoon, we stayed at a hotel one night and then we camped a night, stayed at a hotel. We kind of went in that pattern. And I wanted to do that again, but I found the chalets in between the towns of Canmore and Banff. And they're pretty cool. They're like these little wooden chalets, 1 bedroom. Yeah, it looked awesome. And for 3 nights there, it was $351.
Oh, total?
Total.
Oh, that's really good. Are they rustic or they come with everything you need?
Well, what do you mean?
Well, sometimes chalets and sometimes those rustic cabins, you have to bring sheets and stuff.
It looked like they had sheets.
Okay.
It looked like they had sheets. But I would also say that it's rustic, but I don't think we need to take anything. It had a kitchen. It was basically like a shotgun shack. Yeah.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah, it was cool. It looked nice. And then I thought we could splurge on the last night in Banff. get a nice hotel room kind of in the downtown area, and that was $413. Mm-hmm.
I remember that. That's why we camped on our honeymoon.
Yes, indeed. Yes.
So we could save a place like that.
Yes. And then, honestly, for food, I put $500 because we'll probably eat 2 meals at our lodging and then go out once a day. That's how each day would be: 2 meals at our lodging and 1 meal out. So just an estimate there, $500 for the 5 days. And then gas, I just put $100. It got confusing when you had to measure it in kilometers per liter.
Come on, Math Whiz. You should have been able to do this.
Liters. I can do kilometers, but not liters. So as far as like tickets and stuff go, there's not much ticket-wise to do out there because we'd be hiking and exploring the sites and stopping at the tea house by Lake Louise. Remember that?
Yeah. Yeah, well, we didn't get there, didn't we?
We got there, but we had to have reservations.
No, we didn't have any cash.
Oh, we didn't have any cash.
And we didn't have any Canadian
That's what
money.
It was. Oh, okay.
We only had American, and we didn't, we just had nothing, so we didn't do anything. It was really sad.
Stop there. Well, yeah, I wouldn't call it that sad. But...
Well, I was sad.
Okay, well, we'll make sure we have Canadian money this time. And we'll take advantage of that. But then I thought, despite my fear of heights, we could do the Banff Gondola.
Is that the thing we tried to do, but we couldn't?
I don't think we tried.
Okay. We couldn't get parking. Remember that?
No, that was Lake Moraine.
No, it wasn't Lake Moraine. It was something it was outside Banff.
I don't remember that, but I remember we couldn't get parking at Moraine Lake either until the very end of the night. So no, we can do the Banff Gondola, and it'll be magical and majestic. And those are $50 a piece, or $700. So what, do you want to know my total price?
Yeah, so what would this total thing cost us?
Well, first off, I guess, did I cover all the bases I needed to cover? I feel like I have built a great vacation here.
Did you leave me any money to buy souvenirs?
I did not figure that into this price. No.
That's okay.
Okay, so total cost of all that ended up being $3,113, and that was significantly cheaper than I thought it was going to be, and I dang near want to go ahead and book it.
I'm never going to say no, except we need someone to watch the kids.
Yeah. So they can be lap babies. It's okay. Everything else is okay.
What were the dates again?
August 5th through the 10th.
Okay. Yeah, maybe you should ask your parents. They can come down.
All right. Mom and Dad, if you are listening to this, come visit in August.
Come watch your grandkids.
Yep.
I want to go back to Banff.
Yeah.
All right.
So what do you have, Miss Disney?
So I planned a Disney trip. Now, full disclosure, when I wrote down our parameters, I put the 5 nights ? Thinking it could fluctuate. So I did do 4 nights. Well, Cheater. I was just plugging in dates, and I just naturally did it from August 10th through the 14th. Now, since I've planned this, we've also found out our son's first day of school is the 12th, so realistically, we can't take this. But
so our trip to Banff coming back on the 10th would work out perfectly.
It would work out perfectly. Yes.
Okay.
So, and I did something too. I gave you 3 options for hotels, different price ranges. If you've listened to some of our other Disney planning episodes, you'll understand the different ranges I did. So it'd be 4 nights down at Disney World. So August 10th through the 14th. Flights flying out of Richmond. And this is direct flights to Orlando. We'd be leaving August 10th at 9:55 a.m., landing at noon. And then we would leave on the 14th at 10:35 a.m. And then we land about 12:40 in Richmond. And total for all 4 of us, including buying seats so we can sit with each other, would be $1,107.
That's 4 seats?
4 seats. It's JetBlue. It was...
They're still in business?
JetBlue is still in business. Now, hotels. This is where I kind of gave 3 different options. The first hotel would be Art of Animation. We could stay in the Cars Suites. So the Cars movie, 1-bedroom suite with a little kitchenette, has a Finding Nemo themed pool and a Cars pool, larger than life playgrounds from Lion King, Finding Nemo, and Cars. For 4 nights would be $1,210. So it's like $264 a night. $269 a night, roughly.
Okay.
So that's pretty good when you break it. For a 1-bedroom.
Wait. Is that a 1-bedroom suite, or what do you mean?
Yes, it's Sleep 6. It has 3 beds.
Sleep 6? Okay.
So our youngest, if she's out of the pack and play, would have her own bed.
All right.
And we would have a bedroom in between us still. So we'd still have our own bedroom. Now, cheaper option for you. All-Star Sports would be $494.
Total?
Total.
Really?
Yes. So they're having their summer sale right now. In August, you can get a room at All-Star Sports for $109 a night. Now, this would be a typical...
This is like a 1-bedroom suite.
That's not a 1-bedroom. That would be a typical hotel bedroom. Or typical hotel.
Now, tell me again what this All-Star Sports consists of. Do they have, is this like Las Vegas where you have Pete Rose, rest in peace, signing autographs in the hotel lobby?
No, but you do have larger-than-life sports themes. So you have 4-story basketball hoops and...
4-story basketball hoops?
Yeah, you have to see the picture. And they have giant basketballs on the side. And you have giant football helmets and a Coca-Cola cup that's the stairs that goes 4 stories with a straw at the top. It's really cool. That's the one thing I remember when I was a little girl. I just saw a picture of it when I was looking at it. They have the football. I think they have the Mighty Ducks area. Or that might be movies. Not 100% sure with Mighty Ducks. But yeah, they have football, baseball, basketball, larger in life. Everything is sports themed. The food court is sports themed. They have an arcade inside, their pools, sports themed. And they have, I think I'll have to double check how many pools they have, but they're really big pools too. Good for kids to play around in. And then all the pools at Disney to have life jackets. So we don't have to worry about bringing those. And they run from...
And we don't have to worry about watching our kids?
Yeah, don't have to worry about watching. They have lifeguards on duty as well.
Lifeguards and life jackets. Yep. Perfect.
And they always have a bar.
I'm going to be drunk at the bar.
I say they always have a pool bar. Every pool hotel has a pool bar.
Can you gamble?
They have an arcade.
That's not what I'm talking about.
But that would be the cheapest option we could do. So under $500 at Disney World. It's not bad.
No, yeah, I agree.
And then the one I would choose, though, if we were planning this trip, I'd probably choose Art of Animation, but would be Animal Kingdom Lodge. A 1-bedroom be $1,664. And this is the one that's in a savanna where the animals are outside, outside grazing from your balcony. And you can go walk the walking paths and look at the animals.
Okay.
Yes. Animal Kingdom Lodge. It's a deluxe resort. So that's really cheap because it's the value one. These were all available last night. I can't guarantee they're still available right now, but that would be the option. All right. Tickets. Me and our oldest already have tickets. We're done because we have the pass from last time we went in February.
What do you mean?
So we have the annual pass because it was the cheapest option for us when we went back in February.
It's good for the entire year?
Good for the entire year. We don't have to buy any more tickets. Our youngest is still free because she's under 3.
I think that needs to be figured into this price, but...
Oh, it's already been paid for.
Oh, believe me, I know.
So for you, your ticket... Now this, I didn't do as much research as I should have, but because we're military, the cheapest military ticket I can get is the 4-day park hopper. So it'd be $409, so about $100 a day.
Good golly.
So tickets would only cost us $409 total.
Only.
Mm-hmm. And then groceries, I factored in about $50 just because we'll have that little...
That's it? How many meals are we going to eat?
In the hotel room for groceries?
Yeah.
Well, that's only going to be breakfast and snacks. Food, now when we go out, I estimated about $300. So...
That is a lie.
Oh, no. Do the math. Pull out your calculator and let's do it.
I don't need to.
And we do only quick service. Average price of a quick service meal is $17.50 for an adult, and it's about $10 to $12 for a kid.
I seem to recall you buying breakfast for everybody the last time you went down there. And listen, I don't fault you for buying breakfast for everybody because everybody else got meals prior to that. So yes, take your turn. However, the price came out to $60 per plate, and that's including a 2-year-old who probably took 3 bites of her caviar or filet mignon or tomahawk steak or whatever they're serving for the $60 a plate breakfast.
Well, that was a character meal table service. So yes, that was $60. If we do quick service, not table service, no characters, $17.50. And half the time I ate a kid's meal too when I was down there. So if you do for 2 meals a day for 2 adults at $17.50, it comes out to About $200. You can do the math. And then if you add in our son, get him a kid's meal, he's about $10 to $12 twice a day. Add that in, it comes up well under $300. I estimated up because sometimes we might need to get a second meal for our youngest, but most of the time, last time we were there, she ate off of my plate or her brother's plate. We never bought her own meal ever the entire time.
Okay, so when you're paying $60 a plate for a 2-year-old, what exactly are they serving?
We don't know. We didn't pay for her. She
Yes,
was
you
free.
did?
No, she was free.
Okay, so then it would be 300 divided by 4.
It would be divided by 5 because there were 4 adults and our son.
Okay, so that'd still be 60. So there were 4 adults. Yeah, 4. Okay, yeah. So $60 a plate for a 5-year-old. What are they feeding this 5-year-old for $60?
So we were in Norway, so we were getting Norwegian food.
I don't know what people in Norway eat.
There were a lot of breads and pastries, meats, eggs.
So the same thing we eat here for, I don't know, eggs are less than $2 a dozen.
But do the princesses visit us here?
Our youngest can dress up in her Elsa dress and deliver him his eggs in the morning.
Snow White, Tiana, Belle, Aurora.
It's just ridiculous. And
I'm not saying we're going to go here. That's why I am asking us the cheaper side because I know you and you are going to complain the entire time. So I'm asking no table service. We're not sitting down for meals. We're doing quick service where you go. It's like cafeteria almost style. You go, you order your food, comes on a tray. You go find a seat and you eat. There is no servers.
Well, that brings up something I want to talk about later.
Okay.
So carry on.
So that's $350 right there because if we buy groceries, we keep them in the room, especially if we're in Art of Animation or Animal Kingdom, we'll have the kitchen. We eat breakfast every morning in the room. You save money there, and then you also have enough there that buy snacks so you don't have to buy snacks in the park. I've always done that. I'm not one of those people who buy snacks all the time at Disney. So usually our food budget is quite low, unless we're doing one of those character meals.
Okay.
You're arguing with me, but you're not the one who's there. Okay, now a few things that we have to account for my trip. One is how we're going to get from the airport to Disney. So we'll have to take the Mears bus. It'll be $90 total. So that's there and back. Again, our youngest is free. So it's like $16 for adults, $12 for kids, one way. Don't need car seats because it's a big, big bus. Now, I am accounting for a slumber pod, renting one for our daughter. Especially if we're in the All-Star Sports or Art of Animation or even Animal Kingdom, it's probably just best to have it there to keep her separate if she's in her pack and play. If she's not in her pack and play anymore, then that's $50 we don't spend. And then lightning lanes. Because it's August, it'll be hotter than Hades. Lightning lanes are a must, non-negotiable. So lightning lanes is you basically skip the line. It's a pass to skip the line. So you're not waiting in lines. And in that kind of heat with kids, absolutely. And the way you can do it too is you can do them in the morning and the evening, so you can go back to your room during the afternoon and swim at the pool or take a break and sit in the air conditioning. That would be about $165 for Magic Kingdom and Epcot. Do you want to hear what we would actually do?
What do you mean?
Like what we would do each day.
Okay.
You told me you didn't actually pick out what we do. You just said we were going to go on hikes and stuff, didn't you?
We're going to hike. We're going to drive the Icefield Parkway. We're going to ride the Banff Gondola. We're going to go to Banff Brewery. It's just going to be amazing.
Well.
Johnston's Canyon. I don't know if you remember our honeymoon, but these places are awesome.
I do remember our honeymoon, and they were all beautiful, and I love them, and I'd love to go back. For our first day, Monday, because we get in about noon, we can get to our hotel, drop our stuff off, and in the summer right now, water park is free on your check-in day. So we can go to one of the 2 water parks on Disney property. So kids would love that, and it's free.
Yay.
Our next day, Tuesday, we go to Magic Kingdom. It's the kids' favorite place that has the most rides. Don't worry, they have some really good stuff that you would enjoy too. It's not just teacups and carousels and Little Mermaid rides.
Great.
Jesse's looking at me, so enthused.
I'm just not an amusement park guy. And I want my kids to be happy and to have a good time. But I can't handle 4 days of this.
We'll keep going.
Okay.
It's only 3. Anyway, Wednesday.
Because you cheated.
I didn't cheat. We weren't clear. Next time we'll be more clear on our parameters. Wednesday, we go to Animal Kingdom. Animal Kingdom's a smaller park, especially in the summer. I think it's just too hot to spend too much time there, and the park closes early. So I would say that's more of a half day. At lunchtime, we come back to the hotel and spend the rest of the day at the pool or the arcade or, depending on what resort we're at and what amenities are available to us. So that would be that, more of a rest day, get out of the heat. Thursday, we go to Epcot, which you will like because there's lots of beer. Canadian, UK, German. I would just make sure there's a beer in your hand at all times.
Okay, just get a Coors Light.
No, you're at Disney. You can drink good beer.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Coors Light.
You want to take me to Canada and Banff and drink Canadian beer. So I am offering you an option to drink Canadian beer as well.
I don't want to drink Canadian beer in Florida. I want to drink Canadian beer in Canada.
Wait till you taste it. It's so good.
Oh my.
It's my favorite beer cart.
What, Canada?
In Epcot, yeah.
Molson? Or Labatt?
No, I think they might have Molson, but they have like actual breweries there.
Oh, okay.
Like they have more than just like your big name beers. Anyway, so we do Epcot. That's the aquarium. There's a lot of indoor things you can actually do in Epcot, which is good. Again, the summer, it's hot, so you want to be able to do that. And then on Friday, we leave 10:35 a.m. flight, so we don't have to wake up too early to get to the airport, but we should be good to go. Do you want to know what my totals are for that entire trip?
Yes.
Have you seen them?
No.
What do you think all of that cost?
Geez, the way you spend probably 20 grand.
Seriously?
No, probably closer to 5.
Okay. So if we stayed at the most expensive option, which would be our Animal Kingdom Lodge, that entire trip I just described would cost us $3,835. Okay, we're going to keep going. Awesome Animation, which was the middle between them all, so 1 bedroom, and our son's probably favorite option, $3,381. And then the cheapest option, and even if we had to extend this to 5 days, would still
be more than mine.
But, way less. $2,665. And if we added one night on there, which is only $109, that would put us at what, $2,780-ish dollars. So my cheapest option would still be about $500, $600 less than yours.
Well, but I did travel like 3 times as far.
And that's only for 2 people.
Yeah,
that's not even for 5.
Babies. It's okay. Okay, so
we found 1 bedrooms too.
With all this being said, last time you took the kids to Disney, it was certainly not this cheap.
Well, no, I stayed in very nice hotels.
You did?
And I had to rent a lot more than just a slumber pod.
I don't think that the 3,300 or the 2,600 would even be optional for you. I think it would be only 3,800 or above.
If you said, I will go to Disney for this price, for 2,600, and stay in All-Star Sports, I would book that and do it.
I'd rather stay at the sports place than any of the others, regardless of the price. I think. I don't know. I've never been.
It's like motel style. Well, no, Art of Animation isn't. They're inside rooms, inside doors. With windows. That's my one thing. I like when I have to put the kids to bed, I don't have to leave the hotel room.
Oh, they'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm willing to try All-Star Sports with you. I have not been back since I've been 4 years old.
See, that's the thing though. This is not the way you booked a trip last time you went.
I did not. I fully admit I did not book the cheapest option.
And
I booked the most convenient option, and it does cost money.
Try to beat me. No, but
I know because these other 2 I would absolutely book. I would absolutely stay at Art of Animation. I have stayed there. It's wonderful. The kids would love it. We even visit that hotel specifically for our son so he could see it. We did it the first time we went to Disney. So staying there with him would be 100%. I would stay there.
The other thing you mentioned when we first talked about this was the experience factor, and I don't think you can put a dollar amount on the experience factor. Now, you can't put the dollar amount on the experience factor? I agree, yeah. I think so. And I would much rather have a mountain experience with beautiful mountains and like light blue glacier fed lakes than standing in line when it's hotter and humider than Hades at an amusement park.
I agree with the time of year for Disney. Yes, it's not optimal to go in August, but we did choose those dates because we are picking a vacation right now for August.
Well, since you mentioned that, or is everything probably cheaper because it's in August?
100%. No one wants to go to Disney in August.
Okay, so that's what it is. Because if you were planning all this in January or February, when you typically go, it'd be significantly more expensive.
Oh, February and January, maybe not. Now, December, yeah. So January and February,
you're
the
booking
certain
a trip
weeks.
in January now, and it's pretty expensive.
Deals haven't been released yet. That's why.
Okay.
No, those prices will come down.
Okay. I don't know. I would still rather go to the mountains.
I 100% agree. I love the mountains. But I also love spending time with my children at Disney and watching their faces light up when they see the castle when we turn the corner down Main Street. Or when our youngest just sees the carousel and just points and just screams, "Horsies, horsies, horsies," over and over again until we can like get in line. Or both of them giggling their little hearts out on the teacups as they spin it as fast as they possibly can. Or when they see Mickey and they're waving uncontrollably, and when Mickey waves back and they're just so happy. Or when they see that Peter Pan waved at them from the float and they turn and look at me, "He saw me, he saw me."
Think of all the dirt they can play in.
There's dirt they can still play in, especially at art animation. All of Cars Land is covered in rocks. That's all our son did the first time he's ever been there. He just played in the rocks in front of Mater.
Okay.
Don't you want to experience that? To see that joy? The running around the aquarium, pointing at all the fish and correcting everyone who says something wrong about the fish? Because our son did that.
I've taken him to plenty of zoos. I have seen that. With more than just fish.
Little know-it-all.
Yeah. All right, so that brings me into something else real quick. We're recording this on the evening of May 6th, and this morning Disney announced their first quarter earnings report.
Oh, interesting. Have not seen this.
Yeah, I mean, it went well. I think the stock ended up like 7% today. So it was good. It was good.
That's a change because they haven't done nothing.
Well, yeah, it's been treading water for a while now, yes. However, something that came out, it said, global, and this is an article from CNBC regarding their earnings report. Global guest attendance grew 2%. Domestic park visitation declined 1% compared with last year. Disney said international visitation at domestic parks was softer, a trend that continued from the prior quarter. And that's something that I have always wondered about, because there's been articles out saying how Disney is increasing their price. And at what, for I don't know, parks and everything else, at what point are they pricing out their, I guess, the typical people that would come to visit? Because it sounds, I mean, 1% is not a huge deal, I'm sure, especially when you're a multi-billion-dollar company. But is this just the tip of the iceberg?
So I will say this. I don't think I could go to Disney as much as I do if it weren't for the military discounts that we do get. So I rely heavily on those ticket prices to be able to afford it. Like this year alone, they had a very amazing annual, it's not an annual pass, but sort of like an annual pass that was like dirt cheap comparatively to, the annual passes you could get. So I took advantage of that.
Sure.
And if I would have normally for ticket price, I mean, we're paying so much less. So that is one way I can afford to go to Disney. And then the discounts do help. I haven't used actually the military discounts for roommates before. I've actually rented DVC points, stayed at Shades of Green, just because I've never planned a trip soon enough to ever take advantage of those discounts because they sell out too soon. But yes, it is starting to get to the point that, yes, this trip would be wonderful, but I don't want to go in August.
Yeah,
I really, truly do not want to go in August. If I could plan this trip for this price, even in like late September, I would be hardcore arguing with you about it right now, trying to go. But those prices make it hurt. And after our trip in February, we spent a lot of money on that trip. I really did.
Yeah, you did.
We could afford it. It was fine. I didn't know if we'd have an opportunity to go again with my kids, and I wanted to make it a really good memory for them.
You didn't know if you'd have an opportunity to go again with your kids when you plan one of these trips once or twice a year? Are you kidding me?
Once a year. I didn't know if we were going to go again this next year. We're not taking them in January.
But you're wanting to plan a different trip.
That is my mother. And sometimes it's hard to say no to your mom. Okay? I know she's listening to this right now. But, so yes, I spent more. I probably won't spend that much again. It was a lot.
Yeah, it was.
It was a lot. And I will admit, it was a lot. By the time everything extra we had added on, I would do it a little bit differently and make it shorter.
Okay.
That I do promise. Though our youngest won't be free anymore. So that's going to be a bit of a...
Oh, so you're going to have to pay $60 a plate for her to see, Elsa deliver her caviar.
Unfortunately, she is a giant 2-year-old and barely passes as a 2-year-old now, even though she will not pass as a 2-year-old in 6 months. No, she'll be solid 3. Not that I'm promoting anyone to ever lie about their children's age when they go to Disney. Okay.
But take advantage of it if you can.
But if they're under 3, they're free. They're a guest of Mickey, so take advantage of that guest of Mickey.
Good golly.
What?
Nothing.
I think it's sweet. A lot of places it's free under 2, so free under 3 is pretty generous. Especially because it's designed for that age. So much of what is there is actually designed for 2- and 3-year-olds.
I don't know. When we were in Gettysburg last weekend, it was free under the age of 5, so just saying.
It's because no one can read, and that's what you have to do to enjoy that.
I had a lot of interactive exhibits.
That's another episode.
Yeah.
Okay. Totals again. For the Disney trip, I'll give you 2 of them. The cheapest option was $2,665, and that was for 4 nights down at Disney World in August. That included flights, hotels, tickets, and food. Obviously, flights could be variable, and also food. Then, if I bumped up to the 1 bedroom with Art of Animation, it'd be $3,381. What was yours?
Well, and I did not cheat regarding the length of the stay, so my 5-night stay
for only
Canada,
2 people.
For 2 people, kids can be lap babies. August 5th through the 10th was $3,113.
What trip would you guys take? Let us know.
Disney or mountains?
2 very, very different trips. Family vacation or adults only.
Kids can be lap babies.
They cannot. It is illegal. Anyways, let us know what you think. I had fun doing this. I think we'll do something like this. Maybe we'll make stricter parameters too. So no more cheating.
On your part.
On your part too. You only did for 2.
You didn't tell me it was for the whole family.
I don't know. I would love the Banff trip, but I would also love a trip with my kids back to Disney.
Okay.
I would love for you to come.
Yeah.
And you can just sit in the room and be miserable.
Okay.
I won't buy you any. Oh, that's how I make it cheaper. I won't buy you any tickets. You can just not even come to the parks with me and the kids.
Hey, that sounds great.
You can just get me onto the bus and off, and then you can ride the bus back.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. Count me in, and I'll just go to bar. Are there casinos down there?
No.
Okay, no casinos. I'll just go to the bar, sit at the pool. I'm sure the hotel would have a pool.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, count me in. I don't want to go to the parks.
Oh, well, then my cheapest option is now $2,465. Or no, $2,265.
Yeah.
Even better.
Even better. All right. Yeah.
All right. I think that's all we have for you guys today. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks so much for listening to Design for Adventure.
If you enjoyed this episode, make sure you're following the show and leave a quick review. It really helps more families find us.
You can also find us on Instagram at Design for Adventure Pod and Facebook at Design for Adventure.
Until next time, don't be afraid to get out there and have an adventure.